Hey guys, BTR Plumbing here, and today I'm here with my Glacier Bay PowerFlush toilet. So I thought this video would be really interesting, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it. I hope this might explain a few things. The only reason I'm making this video because I got a really good comment that had asked, what can you use this toilet without the vacuum assist piece in the tank? And the answer is no. You have to have that or the toilet will not function properly. And basically when you flush it, it pulls air through here. That's what this big tube is, and it helps suck everything out of the bowl. And you need, the reason there's this secondary trap here is because there needs to be water in there, otherwise there won't be a seal, if that makes sense, like an air pressure seal in here. It's kind of hard to explain. There is a few videos on YouTube explaining how it works, so I'll probably link them in the description because I will end up butchering everything and saying everything backwards. So just to show y'all that I haven't done anything to this toilet to make it flush weird or anything. I have the tank filled to the water line, and I'm gonna give y'all a flush, and then I'll start with the tests. Here's a normal flush, and I want y'all to pay attention. As soon as I flush it, you'll see the water level drop, which is really cool. So yeah, this must have been in the tank, but as y'all can see, before the water even came out through the rim, it almost looked like it was gonna siphon, and that is because the air suction in here pulling the water through. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty all the water out of the tank, and obviously there was not enough water to flush it properly. So now all the water is emptied out of the tank. There's no seal or anything in there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour water into it as if I were to bucket flush it, and we are going to see whether it will siphon or not. I already know the answer, but I'll just keep it exciting for y'all. So let me go ahead, give it a bucket flush, and I will show y'all what happens. As y'all can see, nothing happens. Let me move the camera so I can pour it directly down the center just to try and help it. But once again, I'm pretty sure it'll do the same thing. So here's another bucket flush. So as y'all can see, no matter how much water I pour into it, it will not siphon. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill the tank with water as if it had, just flushed and refilled. But instead of flushing it, I'm gonna go ahead and bucket flush it with the water in the tank to see if that makes a difference. So I will be back. Okay, the tank is now full with water. So I'm gonna go ahead and bucket flush it again to see if it makes any difference with water in the tank. I'm going to use all the water in this bucket, so here's a bucket flush. So it looks like it actually did make a difference. So when the tank is empty, the water will just fill up and drain down to about water level height, and then it stops. With a tank full of water, it appears that it tries to siphon but only gets down to the mouth of the trapway. And what else I just noticed, it actually pulled some of the water in the tank down. So, and by that I mean it just drained some of the water in the tank, which is very interesting. So it looks like it's about to siphon. It's very hard to tell, but I feel like it's gonna stay at that level for forever now. But that's very interesting. So basically, to sum it all up, without water in the tank, you bucket flush it, it'll just drain until it hits the water line, nothing will happen. And with its full tank of water, if you try to bucket flush it, it will actually drain all the way down to the mouth of the trapway, and it'll pull some water through the tank, which is very, very interesting. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flush it to get all the water out of the tank. I'm gonna go ahead and take the tank off and then give it a few more bucket flushes, and I will also plug the vacuum tube in the back to see if I can get it to siphon. So let's drain the tank. I don't know if y'all could hear that weird gurgling sound, but there was a lot of water coming out of that black vacuum assist in the tank. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the tank off the bowl, and I'll give it a few more bucket flushes. Okay, now that I got the tank off, I just want to show y'all. Here's the silicone gasket for the tank to pull to make the seal so water doesn't leak. This is where the water comes in to flush the toilet, and here is where the air goes through for the vacuum assist. So it just goes through that tube, and again, that's what that hole goes down this tube here. That's what connects to that trapway. So if I poured water in here, basically nothing would happen. It would just start coming out the bottom but not fill up the bowl. So now that I have the tank off, I'm gonna go ahead and give it another bucket flush just to see if it changes anything with the tank on or not. So my guess is that it will just fill up and then drain down to where the water level is now. So let's go to bucket flush and see what happens. So yeah, absolutely nothing happens. It was actually kind of interesting. A little bit of water came up and shot out of there. I'm gonna see if I can bucket flush it again with the remaining water I have, and I'll see if I can catch it on video. But that was very interesting, so let's see if I can catch that. If not, I'll fill this up again, but here we go. Okay, I couldn't catch it on video. Let me go ahead and fill the bucket up, and then I'll be right back and I'll show y'all. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see if I can capture water coming up through that tube. Okay, that time I got it, and as y'all can see, it did not siphon. So now what I'm gonna do for the last bucket flush test, I'm gonna go get some paper towels, and I'm actually gonna plug this hole. That way when I bucket flush it, it should siphon. So I will be right back. Okay, so what I have done is just took some paper towels and plugged that little tube. So I'm gonna go ahead and flush it again. My guess is that it will now siphon, but let me go ahead and get it on a good angle so you can see everything. And sorry if it's kind of sideways. If I have the tripod in front, I can't get a direct pour. So my guess is that it should siphon. So here's a flush. And as y'all can see, it's siphoned. So it's honestly very cool how these toilets work. I'm definitely glad I have a vacuum assisted toilet now. So I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave y'all's comments down below, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.